I'm back with another triggering topic. And today I want to talk about how coddling black men and black women not being willing to put their needs above the needs of black men is getting them unalived. Now, every day I see story after story after story of black women. They could be mothers, aunts, sisters, daughters, and even little children being unalived by black men that are losers or unstable, and their female family members have allowed them to stay with them. They've supported them, they've uplifted them, they've taken care of them, and all it has cost them is their lives. And like I said, sometimes the lives of innocent children as well. And I think that we really need to unpack as black women why we have this deep-seated need to be the protectors and defenders of black men, all the while being grossly unprotected ourselves. Now, I made this video because I saw a story of a 31-year-old man named Ryan Jones who unalived his sister and her 10-year-old son and her 1-year-old nephew. And they say that he had schizophrenia or some type of mental issues, but if you want me to be honest, I don't care. I have no empathy for him, only for his victims. We have a man named Javante Bryce who unalived his mother, cousin, and another woman and ended up being unalived by the police. Another black man, Ivory Welch III, he unalived his mother and 2 sisters. And honestly, I truly believe that black women, once you see what type of man your brother is, your son is, your uncle is, your nephew is, your boyfriend is, you have to realize that you cannot save them. You have to leave them to fend for themselves. It's really you or them. And I really do think that this spirit of sacrifice that black women are conditioned to have for black men has got to stop. It's like the same spirit that has black women online attacking other black women when they speak on the horrible things that happened to black women that were connected with the Black Panthers. I've seen this discourse going on for the past few days on TikTok, and it's really sad. It's so many women that are attacking other women, telling them that they need to be silent, that they're going to ruin the reputation of our brothers that were in the Black Panthers. And my thing is this, is that, well, who is there to care for or protect the black women that have suffered? No one. Black women are supposed to protect without ever experiencing the feeling of being protected themselves. They are forever supposed to be silent about their own trauma. They are supposed to put their self and how they feel to the side in order to uplift and protect and defend the black man. The black man is valued above all. And, if a black woman is being beaten, she's supposed to refrain from calling the police because you know what they say, we know how the police might do a black man. But what about how that black man is doing us? We're supposed to refrain from saying that it's not us when everyone talks about the crime in the black community and they say it's a culture problem and we all are supposed to take the blame. Why is that when we know that it is black men doing the majority of all of the crime and damaging our communities and making everyone feel unsafe? It is not the black woman. Are we supposed to take the blame for the children that may be dysfunctional from black men being absent fathers? We are supposed to take on that blame. It's the mother who was present. It is all her fault for the decisions that her sons made. We are supposed to be silent about rape and child SA and abuse that we may have received from black male family members because you know what? We caused it by being too fast or wearing something that enticed these perverts. We're supposed to be silent about it because we aren't supposed to ruin the black man's reputation. We are supposed to protect and defend the legacy of the black men who didn't even desire to marry black women, just like Twitch. We're supposed to mammy and mule and defend the black man with our lives, our finances, our homes, our youth, our very lives without receiving the same in return. Everyone, literally everyone knows that the black woman is completely unprotected as a collective by the men in our community. But yet we still coddle them and tell them that it is okay. Just pay a light bill. Your presence is enough. They can offer us the barest of the bare minimum, and we will respond to that with our very best. And, I really just wish at this point that black women would stop trying to save what cannot be saved. And of course, I'm not saying that all black men are terrible or unworthy. So love who loves you. If you have a black man and he is not like this and he is pouring into you in the exact same way that you are pouring into him, then I'm not talking about that, okay? But what I am saying is that if you know your son, your brother, your nephew, your cousin, your man, your boyfriend, your husband, shoot, your baby daddy, if you know that he is no good and you keep coddling him, you are risking your life for a man that would never return the favor. Opening your home and your life up to drug addicts, abusers, mentally unstable individuals, deadbeat daddies, womanizers, lazy men, that is not our job. That is not the job of the black woman. We have got to let them fend for themselves. And I want y'all to understand something is that there are a lot of black men that never became anything simply because they didn't have to. They had a mother that put them on a pedestal. They had sisters that worshiped them and would fight other women. Even when he was wrong, they had women that they met that would pay for them, let them stay in their homes and not contribute anything to the household besides mediocre peen. They meet women, that are so desperate for their company that they have offered up their daughters in exchange for their presence. Absolutely disgusting, and we've got to stop it. Black men don't have to do better. They don't have to compete with other races of men because black women will always pick up the slack. How can black men ever be better if we hold their hand and be their forever mommy? How can they see the hurt that they have caused with their disloyalty if we continue to be there marching when they need us? I want y'all to know something. I have actually shed real tears for the black community. Real tears. I have thought about these things. Well, I've thought about these things a lot because I recognize the beauty in black people, and that includes black men. And, y'all may say that I'm stupid or whatever. And if you do, that's fine. But I want y'all to know where I'm coming from. I would love for us to come together as a collective, black men and black women. I would. The cat's out of the bag. However, I know that we can't. We cannot at this time. And, that is not the black woman's fault. Because historically, if you've done any type of research, you know that black women have always thought about the collective, always thought about the community before we thought about ourselves. Contrary to, like I said earlier, contrary to popular belief, what people comment underneath my videos, I do not hate men. I don't hate black men. But, I am very aware of how they move. I am. And any balanced black woman that is looking at the situation in the black community would probably come to the same conclusions that I have. And I'm going to say it again for people that misconstrue what I'm saying. Yes, I think that black people are beautiful. I think that we are a special people. I think, of course, black women, you already know how I feel about you guys. So you already know, sis. But I also feel that there are some black men that are very special as well. But black women have a serious mammying problem. And that worship of black men has caused a very imbalanced power dynamic. It has caused black men to become cocky and lazy. And that is a horrible combination. It has caused them to take us for granted and to devalue us. And when someone takes you for granted, you have got to leave them alone. You cannot help them at all. Now, do I think that this will fix black men if black women simply disengage? I don't know. I mean, according to, a lot of the comments, black women feel like there are a lot of black women that comment underneath my videos and say, no, there's nothing that will fix black men. I don't know. I don't know if you believe in a creator or what, but so I do. And I don't know. I don't know if this will fix black men in the black community. But I do know that what I think, like black women disengaging, aka burning their capes and all of that, I think that is something that black women have to do for at least a decade. Black men have got to really experience the absence of the black woman before they value the black woman. But there are some people that believe that we'll never be valued. But so that's a whole nother topic, But I'm just gonna say this, like, think about this. I think I may have said this before. It's sort of like, how the running gag was, like when a black woman would see an attractive black man, the question would be, I wonder if he likes black women. I wonder if he dates black women, if he likes us, But it was never that way for black women. Like, black men never approached a black woman with fear that she wouldn't talk to him because she liked non-black men. And you want to know why? Because regardless of the gaslighting that goes on online, it was never black women that had the issue. It was never us that was brainwashed by white supremacy or had internalized self-hatred, But this is uncomfortable. I truly believe that it has to get to that point to where black men approach, a black woman with, a slight fear, or he won't approach a black woman with that arrogance because he doesn't know. He won't know if she is even into black men at all. I really feel like it has to be there. It has to get to that point to where we withdraw our support so much that they don't even know how we feel, because you can never appreciate anything that you get with a zero to minimal effort. And, I understand that there are probably a nice sized amount of black women, like I said earlier, that believe that black men cannot be helped or saved. And, you may or you may not be right. Like I said, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. This is just my opinion. I'm not trying to, push my opinion on you. These are just my thoughts that I'm letting you guys take a ride with, But all I can say is that, we can't control black men. The only thing that we as black women can control is our own actions. And right now, black women cannot be the protectors and defenders of black men. So for the black men that come underneath my page and say, oh, I like your content, but I think that you want black. Listen, we cannot be the protectors and defenders anymore, because who is there to protect and defend us as a collective? Nowhere. Because anytime something happens to black women, all I see is a bajillion black men talking about how they will not help because they have to go home. They cannot protect what they cannot correct. If they cannot put their, inside of you, then you're not worthy of being protected. They're going to watch you get your head beat in and they're going to get in their car and drive off, So I really want black women to understand this. Like, you cannot be the protector and defender of black men, regardless on if he is your family or not. Black women, make up 10% of the female population in the U.S., yet 60% of the unalivings of women. There is a reason for that. And a lot of times it's because we're attempting to protect a black man or give a black man a chance, because that's what we have been brainwashed to do. Black women allowing mentally ill relatives and men to stay with them. Black women giving black men who have been to prison or jail or have a troubled past a chance and getting into a relationship with them only to be unalived. We must stop and focus on uplifting and improving the black woman and the black girl. And if we need protection, we have got to understand that it will only come from us. So we have to start building a sisterhood, start building a foundation, start building community where we can truly come together. And if we don't agree on certain things, that doesn't mean that we should all just throw each other away or say, oh, well, you don't agree with this thought, so I don't want to talk to you. Or you don't agree with me on this, I don't want to talk to you. We still have to come together because at the end of the day, we are all that we have. We all we got. And once again, the collective. I'm talking about the collective because someone will say that it's not all black men. There are some black men that are protectors. Da 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 da. Cool. What I'm saying is the collective of black women are not protected. Okay? That is just a fact. And the collective of black men are not protectors. That is a fact. And that is very evident in tangible numbers that you can Google and search, and it will explain what is happening to black women. And as I said before, I don't know if anything can fix the black community at this point. I know that there are plenty of black women that have completely washed their hands, which I understand. I do. But the thing about it that makes me think sort of differently is that I really do love black women. And if black men and black women become separated forever, there will be no black people. There will be no black women. There will be no black girls. We will cease to exist. And so that's my whole thought process behind eventually hoping that something can be fixed, even if it's years and years and years down the line. Because there will always be small pockets of like-minded black men and black women that find each other. There'll be a nice black guy or a nice black woman and they'll come together. And that will always happen, but they won't be the majority. You know what I'm saying? So all we can do is hopefully implement these things, and maybe these things eventually will cause a change. Maybe we'll see it in our lifetime, or maybe we won't. I don't know. I just say that I guess I hold a 10% out of 100%, 10% optimism that something can happen one day. I don't know. But I'll say this too. A lot of times when I make videos like this, there will be people that will come on there will be other black people, and they'll be in the diaspora, and they will try to point the finger at black Americans and say, I don't know what's going on with y'all men. I don't know what y'all black Americans got going on, but it's not like that in our country. It's not like that here. And I'm here to tell you that you're lying, because the numbers point to the fact that the same thing is going on with your men in these other countries, just like over here. And I don't even want to name all the countries, any country that you're thinking of, any country that you're thinking of where black men and black women reside. Okay? This is an issue across the diaspora, whether you want to admit it or not. But, I don't know if I'm making sense or not. And I really have so much more to say, but I don't think that I can say it on YouTube. So I'll just leave it off here. I digress. If you watched this whole video and you enjoyed it, please do me a favor and drop a 4 in the comments. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all. Just do me a free favor, because I know times are hard out here. So just follow me on TikTok while it's still here. If it still remains, I don't know, but I do live stream there still. So follow me there, and also follow me on YouTube and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. And as always, ladies, I really do love to hear from y'all. And I know this was pretty controversial, so please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.